Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. My name's Rhiannon and as you can tell by the thumbnail and the title, today I'm filming another book unboxing video. Now I do have quite a few parcels here, a lot of them have been pre-orders, but I have recently used some of my collected stamps on Waterstones as well to make a few bookish purchases. I know I've been saying this year that I really wanted to cut back on my book buying, but as I've mentioned, there are a few books that I was interested in reading this year that have now been released and have made their way to my house, and I have some recent favourites that I wanted physical copies of. Plus I have an Illuma Crate book here that isn't part of their monthly subscription, so I thought it would be fun to sit down and film this unboxing video for you guys. Now there isn't any particular order that I'm going to unbox these in except for the first book. Now this was sent to me by Firefly Press and I believe it's an unsolicited book because I haven't reached out to them asking them for anything. So this is going to be a hopefully nice surprise. Oh, okay, I know what this is. I was a bit confused to be fair. But this one is Lie or Die by AJ Kleck, and the reason that they've sent this to me is because I actually won this in a Twitter giveaway. I know it's called X now, but I still call it Twitter. I just can't get out of the habit. But essentially, Yalk, who is the Young Adult Literature Convention, tweeted about a giveaway where you had to tag someone you thought would like this book and say why you think you would like it. I did that. Of course, I've been chosen as a winner. I think 2 of us won, which is just fantastic. And the reason that I wanted this book is because it's a murder mystery, but it has a virtual reality aspect to it. And to be honest, I was just really wanting to read this. I feel like I've heard about this before and I was very interested in it, so the fact that I've won it in a giveaway is just amazing. And yeah, I'm very thankful to Yalk for choosing me. On the back of this one it says 10 strangers trapped in a television studio, 42 remote cameras, 1 rule, trust no one. Cass has been tricked into auditioning for a new reality TV show, Lie or Die. To win, she must uncover the murderous agents hidden among the innocent players. But someone is playing for real, and contestants are being picked off one by one. No longer a game of truth and lies, Cass and her castmates find themselves in a fight for survival. Can Cass escape or will she die trying? I feel like this is just going to be a fresh take on the murder mystery genre, and I'm definitely here for it. So thank you once again to Yalk for this book. I can't believe I won the giveaway, but I will be reading this one soon so that I can share my thoughts on it with all of you guys. Next up, I've just chosen this one. As I've said, these are all pretty random, so let's see what we've got. Oh, that broke off, guys. I was so close. No, we're only on the second parcel and I'm failing miserably. There we go, finally managed it. But let's see if you can get a sneak peek. Yes, you can. Can you guys see what it is? This is a pre-order that I have been very excited about, and it's a lot bigger than I thought it was going to be actually, but it's a very pretty edition. This is Where Sleeping Girls Lie by Farida Abikia Imedi, and I honestly can't tell you too much about this one, except that it's from the author of Ace of Spades, which I still haven't read yet. I've heard amazing things about, but I'm ashamed to say it's still on my shelves unread. But this sounded so good. Again, I will read you the synopsis. I'm sorry, I hate doing that, but because I have pre-ordered these quite a while ago, the synopsis has just escaped me. So it says, "This was a mistake," the voice in her head whispered. "You should never have come. Said Hussein is the new girl at the prestigious Alfred Nobel Academy. She has no idea what to expect of her mysterious new boarding school, but she certainly didn't imagine her roommate, Elizabeth, to go missing on her first night, or for people to think Said had something to do with it. Suddenly, everyone is talking about Said, including the unholy trinity, the 3 most popular girls at school. And then a student is found dead. It's clear there's more to Alfred Nobel Academy and its students than Said could have imagined, but secrets lurk around every corner. Secrets that rival even her own." And it just says at the bottom, "A haunting and compulsive dark academia mystery of secrets, lies and revenge from best-selling author of Ace of Spades." Again, there are definitely a few buzzwords in there for me. I love an isolated setting, especially a boarding school. I feel like I grew up reading boarding school books and I really did love them. The fact that this is also a murder mystery has me so intrigued. And even though this intimidates me now that it's here and that I've seen the size of it, I am definitely excited to get to it. I love the front cover. This is the Waterstones exclusive edition. I don't know if it's signed. I don't think it is. No, not from what I can see. It does have a letter from the author in there though, which is very exciting. But yeah, it has the sprayed edges, which are really cool, and yeah, as I mentioned, the cover is beautiful. It's initially what drew me in, and of course once I read the synopsis I knew that I had to give it a go, so hopefully this is one that I do end up enjoying. Next up, another one from Waterstones. As I mentioned, I think most of these, if not all of them, are from Waterstones, because I did have some points to use and I have pre-ordered a bunch, but this one is in there tight. It's also upside down, so let's see what this one is. This is one that I'm so excited for, guys. I feel like I pre-ordered this one ages ago, so the fact that it's here now has me so excited. This is Murder Road by Simone St. James, and yeah, you can just tell from the cover alone how creepy I'm hoping this is going to be. Again, this is either a murder mystery or a thriller, and it just sounds so intriguing. It says April and Eddie have taken a wrong turn, and now they're on a long dark road late at night when they see a woman up ahead, clearly in trouble. They stop and pick her up. It's only once she's in the car they see the blood. The headlights appear in the distance, racing toward them at speed. And at long last, the woman speaks. "I'm sorry, he's coming." While April and Eddie are able to escape this time, their terrifying adventure is only just beginning. The hitchhiker's injuries prove fatal, and the couple are trapped in the small town of Cold Lake Falls, prime suspects in the eyes of the local police. It turns out that this isn't the first victim to die on this stretch of road, and it isn't the first time that survivors have seen something that can't be explained. But to get out of town, April and Eddie are going to have to drive down that haunted stretch of road one more time. I'm not sure if there's going to be a paranormal element to this book, but if there is, I am so here for it. I really want a book that will creep me out, and I feel like this is going to be the perfect one. The early reviews that I've seen for this have all been positive. I've seen it recommended quite a bit, so that is why I decided to pre-order it. I'm really happy that it's here, and I will try and prioritize this one soon so that, again, I can give you guys my thoughts on it. Next up, we have this one. Let's see what we have in here. What is this? Honestly, guys, I pre-order stuff and then I forget what I've pre-ordered. Oh my gosh, this one is Good Girl Bad Blood by Holly Jackson, and it is the beautiful collector's edition. How did I forget that this was coming out so soon? Oh my gosh, you guys, I'm in shock. If you guys don't know, this is one of my favourite ever trilogies. I absolutely love it, and I do own the paperback versions of these, but these new collector's editions have been being released. I have the first one and now I have the second one. This is gorgeous. Is it signed? I can't remember if they're signed. I don't think they are. No, but we do have a letter from the author in there, which I will be sure to read. I fell in love with this series when I first read it. I really did need something like this at the time, and it's definitely earned its place as a favourite series of mine. For those of you who don't know, the first book is A Good Girl's Guide to Murder. I feel like I was recommending it non-stop at one point, but it's been a few years now since I read the first book. The last book was released, I want to say, like 2 years ago, and it wasn't my favourite, which was such a shame, but the series does hold a very special place in my heart. I love this collector's edition so much. It's going to take pride of place on my bookshelves next to the first one, and I just can't believe that I'd forgotten that this was coming out. So in the first book we follow our main character Pippa, and for a school assignment she decides to investigate a cold case that happened in her hometown. It was a case that went unsolved, however Pippa believes that the person who was thought to have committed the crime is innocent, and so she decides to investigate herself, as I mentioned, but she does rope in the brother of the person that was thought to have committed the crime, and that gives her a complete different look on the case itself. It is not as black and white as she first thought. She finds out that a lot of people have been hiding secrets in regards to this case, and so she does everything that she can to find out the truth of what happened and expose it through a podcast. I feel like I'm just going to say I love this book over and over again, but we do have mixed media in here, which I've just found a page for. We have interview transcripts, we also have illustrations and images, and you can just tell that so much work has gone into this book that, yeah, it really does pay off, and it just makes for such an amazing read. So if you haven't heard me talk about this book yet, please go ahead and give it a go. I know so many people who don't typically read murder mysteries have picked this one up and have loved it, and that just makes me so happy. It's such an easy book to get into and fly through, and the series does just get more intense with every book. You could even read the first book as a standalone if you didn't want to commit to a whole series, but please go ahead and give it a try because it's phenomenal, and I'm so glad to own this stunning edition now. The last two parcels I have from Waterstones are both books that are part of the same series, so I don't know if this is going to be the first or second book. I suppose we'll just have to find out this way. Hopefully it is the first book, but we shall see. Oh, that doesn't give us any hint. Let me take this out. Okay, this is the second one, so I am just gonna go and open this one straight away so that I can show you the first one. But this one, again, we don't get a sneak peek. what is up with Waterstones? Right, this one is Blood and Steel by Helen Shearer, and the second book is Vows and Ruin. Oh my gosh, you guys, I love these so much. I recently read both of these books and loved them. I flew through them and gave them 5 stars. I picked up Blood and Steel completely on a whim. It was on Kindle Unlimited and it fit a lot of prompts for Realmathon, which is a readathon that I'm currently participating in. So yeah, I decided to give it a go, and as I mentioned, this just blew me away. I was sucked into the story, the drama between all these different characters, the tension, it was just amazing. The plot as well was really interesting and I really connected to it. We also have magic in here, we have familial relationships, we have platonic relationships, and we have a sexual relationship, and they just work together so well. So as soon as I finished reading the second book, I did decide to use my Waterstones points to buy the physical editions. This is what the spines look like if anyone's interested. I love that we have 1 and 2 here so that you know which order these books go in. But in the first book, Blood and Steel, we follow our main character Thea, who has been training her whole life to be a warrior of Thesmar. However, she will never be able to be a warrior because I want to say like 20-30 years ago, a prophecy came to light that said that a woman who wielded a blade would bring the downfall of this empire. So of course everyone panics and they strip all female warriors of Thesmar from their ranks, and they have to then go and live mundane lives whilst the men are allowed to continue to be these warriors. However, one day, of course, Thea gets put into a situation where she reveals that she is capable enough of being a warrior of Thesmar and is sent on a mission, I suppose, to ask the king of this realm for permission to become a warrior of Thesmar. She is given a companion to go along with her on this trip, and he is a very renowned warrior called Wilder Hawthorne. Thea and Wilder really don't get on. He doesn't want anything to do with her, but she likes to wind him up, and we see their relationship progress as they go on this journey together and what happens to it after they have to come back and face reality. And then it just says here, all around them schemes are afoot and darkness looms. Will Althea pass the perilous initiation test and take her place as a champion of Thesmar, or will the invading evil snatch away her dream before it starts? If you guys are new to fantasy romance, I would highly recommend this book. I would highly recommend it anyway because I've read a few fantasy romances, but this is definitely one of the strongest, if not the strongest book that I've read so far from that genre. It's one that I will continue to scream about for such a long time. I do have the third book downloaded on my Kindle ready to go. Unfortunately, it's not out in hardcover yet, so I can't buy myself a copy, but you can bet that when that comes available, I will definitely be purchasing it. I love these covers so much. The second book, the way that ended, oh my gosh, you guys, I just can't cope and I need to dive into the next book. But I've been holding off because I did read these so quickly and I have so many other books on my TBR that I need to prioritise. So I feel like that is a book I'm going to read in April. But yeah, these were both 5 stars. Spoiler for my March wrap up. But yeah, I can't stop thinking about this story. I can't stop thinking about the characters. And as I mentioned, the way that the second book left off, I just couldn't believe it. So if you couldn't tell, I love this series and I would highly recommend it. I'm so glad to have these gorgeous hardcover editions now, and I will be not so patiently waiting for the third book to be released. And then the last book that I have for you guys is an Illumicrate book. It's of course going to be an exclusive edition, but it's not one of their monthly boxes. This is one that I pre-ordered quite a while ago, but I actually expected it to take a lot longer to get to me for some reason. So it's been a very nice surprise to have it arrive this early. Now you may be able to tell what it is through the packaging, but I will just take it out so that I can show you properly. And this one is Dark Star Burning Ash Falls White by Amelie Wen Zhao. This is the sequel to A Song of Silver Flame Like Night, which is up there on my bookshelf and is staring right at me. I might have to get it down because this is the sequel to that book. I haven't yet read the first one, but it is on my set TBR for the year because it is on my Buzzwordathon TBR, where I will be using it to fulfill the prompt of reading a book that has like in the title. So it definitely will be getting read this year, and then I wanted to pre-order this one because it's just gorgeous, and two because I knew if I liked that book I would probably want to dive straight into this one. So here is the front cover. I love the design of this so much. Then we have the stenciled edges, which I'm not sure how well it's going to focus on and for how long, but look at this, you guys. Look how stunning these creatures are. I am obsessed, and it's definitely something that swayed my decision in terms of buying this. Then the back looks like this, and we do have the spine, which you may have seen earlier, and it looks like this. I have just gotten up to get the first book so that you can see what they look like together. They are so beautiful. I honestly can't deal. I will say though, the first book is considerably bigger than the second one, so I don't know what that's about. It doesn't look that obvious actually, but when you pick them up you can definitely tell the difference. How gorgeous are these though, guys? I couldn't not get these. The first book came in a monthly box, and then of course I pre-ordered the second book to match, but I believe that this is a duology inspired by Chinese mythology, so the fact that it's a duology already has me sold because I own the two books now and I can dive straight in and power through both of them. And I'll read the little snippet. I won't read you the full synopsis of the first book because I do have a dedicated unboxing video for this book. If you would like to watch that, I will leave it linked up above and down below. But it says, in a fallen kingdom, one girl carries the key to discovering the secrets of her nation's past and unleashing the demons that sleep at its heart. And then there's a quote on the back by Su Lin Tan that says, captivating epic fantasy steeped in culture and legend, filled with intricate magic and unforgettable characters. That has me sold. I didn't really need much convincing, to be honest with you guys, because of how beautiful these are, and I know you shouldn't judge a book by its cover, but how could I not? I mean, this looks absolutely stunning and I will definitely be prioritizing them this year. So there we have it, guys. These are all of the books that I unboxed in today's video. I am so excited for all of these. I've of course read one or two of them, but all the ones I haven't read I really am looking forward to reading. I feel like this is such an amazing stack of books, and even though I'm meant to be decluttering, I am glad that I purchased them because I do feel like these are going to be new favourites of mine, and of course if they are, I really do want a physical copy of them to keep on my shelves. If you've read any of the books that I've shown in this haul today, please do leave me your spoiler-free thoughts down below. I love chatting to you guys about the books that I plan on reading, and your opinions definitely sway the order that I read them in. If you are still here but don't have anything in particular that you would like to say, please go ahead and leave me a headphone emoji down in the comments. You guys saw my excitement for this book. It features the headphone designs throughout all of them, I believe, but because it's a podcast, the headphones are quite a big part of it, and yeah, I just think it would sum up this video very well. I know I say it all the time, but seeing you guys comment the emoji of the video truly does mean the world to me. It blows me away that you guys watch these all the way through. So if you are still here but don't have anything in particular that you would like to say, please go ahead and leave me that emoji now. As well as that, please don't forget to click the like button if you like this video and the subscribe button if you'd like to see more content from me. But that is it from me today, guys. Thank you once again for watching. It truly does mean the world to me, and I will see you soon in my next video. Goodbye!